13, 14, and 15, I'm adding fractions. Adding and subtracting fractions. When I add and subtract fractions, I have to have a common denominator, and I always want my denominator to be positive. So if there is a negative, I'm going to apply it to that top number. My common denominator here is 28. I then make my equivalent fractions. 4 goes into 28 7 times. I'm taking 7 times a minus 3, so that one's going to be minus 21. That minus sign stays in front there. Then I'm going to have plus 7 goes into 28 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. Now I just do the work on the top of my fraction. I'm going to take negative 21 plus 16. Negative 21 plus 16 is negative 5. My denominator is 28. When I put that in on Alex, the negative will be in front of the fraction instead of on the top. Just like here we have negative 3/4. Our answer is negative 5/28. And of course you can use your fraction button on your calculator if you want to check that. The fraction button again is that one with the A, B, C. So you do negative 3 fraction 4 plus 4 fraction 7ths, hit equals, you should get negative 5/28. Of course, I'd prefer you work them on your paper, and on here I expect to see your work, and if you want to check them with your calculator, that's fine and dandy. When we're subtracting, same kind of thing. I have to have a common denominator. If I have 9 and 3, my least common multiple should be 9. If you happen to use 18, it's still going to work. You just have to make sure you reduce at the end. 9 goes into 9. 1 times 5 is 5. I get the minus in between. 3 goes into 9. 3 times 2 is 6. So I have 5 minus 6 on the top in the numerator of that fraction. 5 minus 6 is negative 1, so negative 1/9 is going to end up being my answer. And number 15, same kind of thing. I'm going to add my fractions. Since 4 does divide into 8 nice and evenly, 8's going to be my common denominator. 4 goes into 8 2 times. Negative 1 times 2 would be minus 2. A minus 2/8 is equal to negative 1/4. 8 goes into 8 1 time. 1 times 5, still 5/8. There was that plus sign between them. So negative 2 plus 5, negative 2 plus 5 is 3. So 3/8 is going to end up being my answer. Again, it tells me to write my answer in simplest form, which doesn't mean to write mixed numbers, but does mean if I can reduce, divide those by the same things, I want to do that and put my answer in simplified form. We didn't have to do that on any of these.